By itself, T-cell receptor signaling can form an active scaffold composed of phosphorylated LAT and SLP76, bridged by the adapter molecule GADS. However, for signaling to proceed further, the co-stimulatory molecule cd28 must be engaged by B7 molecules that are expressed by activated antigen-presenting cells. The engagement of B7 leads to the phosphorylation of tyrosines in the cytoplasmic domains of cd28. And this, in turn, recruits the enzyme phosphatidylinositol 3 kinase, also known as PI3 kinase. When PI3 kinase attaches to CD28 near the inner membrane, it gains access to its substrate, a common membrane-bound lipid phosphoinositide called PIP2. The action of PI3 kinase on PIP2 forms PIP3. PIP3 has the ability to bind a specific domain, called a pH domain, that is present in many signaling molecules. The enzyme phospholipase C-gamma, or PLC-gamma, is one of these molecules. The pH domain in PLC-gamma localizes it to the membrane, where it interacts with PIP3. From there, it can be delivered to the scaffold created by LAT and SLP76. The kinase ITK is also involved and is recruited through its pH domain by PIP3. When this occurs, ITK can phosphorylate the PLC-gamma bound to the scaffold formed by LAT and SLP76. This phosphorylation results in the full activation of PLC-gamma. Thus, the full activation of PLC-gamma is the product of T-cell receptor signaling combined with co-stimulation by CD28 signaling.